So what we just read was chapter 9 of Bhagavad Gita. It's a good practice to have. There's a discussion between Prahlad Maharaj and Hiranyakashipu in 7th Prahlad Maharaj story. And obviously he was son of Hiranyakashipu. So the entire pastime is in 7th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam. There, in one of the purports, Srila Prabhupada writes that a saintly person should always read one chapter of Bhagavad Gita daily. And that's why Vaishnav has made this as a norm that every day we should read one chapter a day. So, and what happens is, because you're hearing the transcendental vibration, if we are coming across some situation in life, these verses actually help us. These verses give us guidance and becomes our shelter. So, or we can take shelter of these verses. So that's why we should try to read. And also it is good to memorize the words spoken by Krishna. Right? So now what we'll do is, the schedule is, we'll now do Kirtan, 5 minutes Kirtan. After that, we'll do the Mangalacharan prayers, and then we'll start our session. Today, hopefully, we'll try to complete the entire 9th chapter. You're anyways able to see, right? नमो विष्णुपदाय कृष्ण पृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तां स्वामिनां नमस्ते सारस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पार्श्वदेशारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे गाओ हरे कृष्णा राम राम हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्णा हरे 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 राम हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्णा हरे 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 राम हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्णा हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्णा हरे हरे Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Bhagavan, Hari Hari Bol. Hari Bol. Hari Bol. Yeah, that's the beauty of Krishna consciousness. Even a child can completely do Krishna consciousness. Otherwise, you have to do this yoga, that yoga. You don't need that. In the age of Kali, it is said, Kale dosha nidhe rajan asti eka man gunan. Kirtanadeva Krishnasya mukta sangha param vraje. That in the age of Kali, it's full of faults. But there's one benediction, and that is Harinam. Krishna Kirtan. Kirtan of Lord Krishna. That is the highest benediction that we can get. And also, if possible, in the Kirtan, we should try to chant with full heart, in the sense of full attention and chanting loudly for Krishna. Once Srila Prabhupada, he was with his disciples and he was having a morning walk. I've told this story before also. And there were some ducks. So Srila Prabhupada said to his disciples, feed them something. And one of the duck was quacking very loudly. So Srila Prabhupada said that feed this duck first. And then disciples said that, then Srila Prabhupada said, what did you learn? disciples obviously didn't understand. Then said, similarly, is our situation. When we chant loudly for Krishna, Srimati Radharani says that Krishna, he's suffering the most. He's in a lot of pain, looks like. Please give him the mercy first. So we should try to chant with heart and with full attention and really calling out for Krishna, because in this age of Kali, if we really see, whatever we have is very short-lived. Our relatives, maybe spouse, children, they're very short-lived. The only thing that we have that we can say for sure is Lord Krishna. So, yeah, that's why. So we'll do our Mangalacharan prayers. Oh, if you have the book. So, who can I also get a book? Why we do Mangalacharan prayers? It's because so that we can invoke auspiciousness, right? So, it's in the first page of introduction. You can all read. I'm just taking out my notes. We'll do together. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjana Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamsha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tvam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Pada Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitamsha. He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Deenabandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Srimati Radhanath Swami Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Srimati Bhaktivedanta Swami Namo Namaste Saraswati Devi Gaurani Vicharini Vishushunvadi Pashadevesharini Upam Vachanam Pangam Lambate Giravyatam Vande Shri Guru Tathadhanam Paramananda Matram. Hare Krishna. So in the previous sessions, what we were reading is Krishna is saying to Arjuna that what is the okay. Let me just revise first. The entire Bhagavad Gita is divided into 3 parts. First 6 chapters is Karma Yoga, right? It talks about Karma Yoga. Last 6 chapters talks about Jnana Yoga, and middle 6 chapters talk about Bhakti Yoga. Okay. Jnana Yoga. It talks about all the knowledge of the material nature, knowledge about how about the soul, Prakriti, all those things are mentioned in the last 6 chapters of Bhagavad Gita. And the middle 6 chapters of Bhagavad Gita talks about Bhakti Yoga. And in that middle 6 chapters, 9th and 10th chapter is considered one of the most confidential chapters. And now from 26th verse of 9th chapter, Krishna starts talking about revealing his heart. What really devotional service means. In 26th verse, he talks about what? Thank you, Prabhu. He talks about 26th verse. Patram pushpam phalam toyam yo me bhaktya prayachati tad aham bhakti upaharitam ashnami prayatatmanah. He talks about that you don't have to do some gymnastics. Very simple. You don't have to give millions of dollars. If you have, it's always good. But if one offers me with love and devotion a leaf, a flower, a fruit, or water, but with devotion. But the devotion part is difficult. So Arjuna asked Krishna, that it is both difficult here. I can offer all these things. I'm a king of the world. With devotion, it might not be as easy. So then Krishna talks about Nishkam Karmi Yoga in the next verse. Again, he's revealing his heart. Okay, you can't do that. Then Yad Karoshi Dashnasi, Yad Joshi Dasyat, Yad Tapasyasi Kontyat, Tat Purusham. That whatever you do, whatever you eat, if you're eating some, you like to eat gulab jamun. You're not making gulab jamun now for Krishna. You are making because you like it. But then what you're doing is before gulping inside, you realize that let me offer it to Krishna. Whatever you do, whatever you eat, and whatever you offer or give away, whatever austerities you perform, Krishna is saying, do it as an offering to me. First offer it to me and then do it. So that way purification will start. But then slowly from 27th verse that we are reading, you'll be able to do the 26th verse. Right? So when we do this 27th verse, Krishna is saying, then what happens is we are able to do Yukta Vairagya. What is Yukta Vairagya means? It means that whatever akarma that we discussed in the first 6 chapters, basically whatever shubh or ashubh that usually people go through will not affect us. Because now we are doing everything for Krishna. He is basically now the benefactor, not us. Right? So Krishna is saying that that is the starting step. That is good. Arjuna, you start practicing that at least. Right? But then, now we'll start from verse number 29. So, the verse that we are going to discuss is a similar question that comes in Srimad Bhagavatam. Srimad Bhagavatam 7th canto starts with Parikshit Maharaj. Okay, I hope everybody knows the difference between Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam, correct? Srimad Bhagavatam was discussed between Arjuna and Krishna, correct? Correct. Bhagavad Gita, I was testing. Bhagavad Gita was spoken between Krishna and Arjuna. And Srimad Bhagavatam was discussed between Shukadeva Goswami and Parikshit Maharaj. Right? Bhagavad Gita talks are the talks by Krishna. And Srimad Bhagavatam are talks about Krishna. Okay. So in the 7th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, Parikshit Maharaj asks Shukadeva Goswami, because just before 6th canto, what happens is Vishnu, some demons were trying to harass Indra. So Lord Vishnu tried to protect Indra by killing the demons. So Parikshit Maharaj asked Shukadeva Goswami, it seems that you're a little partial to demigods or to the Devtas. A little partial. So then Shukadeva Goswami, this Parikshit Maharaj asked Shukadeva Goswami that Lord Vishnu looks like he's a little partial to Devtas. Then Shukadeva Goswami starts narrating the pastime of Prahlad Maharaj and Hiranyakashipu and Narsimhadev. That how Narsimhadev is impartial and even Lord Vishnu is impartial. And same words, similar thing, similar lines is mentioned in this verse also. So we'll discuss that now. You can repeat after me. This Krishna is saying to Arjuna. One might have a question that looks like Krishna is a little partial. You know, he gives mercy to some people and some people he doesn't give or something, those kind of things. So Krishna now answers that he is actually impartial. You can repeat after me. Samoham sarva bhuteshu na me dveshyasti na priyaha ye bhajanti tumam bhaktya mai te teshu chapyaham. Everybody is able to see the screen. If not, then you can move a little bit this side because I'll be showing some verses just in case. So you will not be able to follow. You are able to see? Yeah. I'm just seeing the last two. Okay. We can repeat again. So what is in Samo? Samo means same. Right? English may say same. Sarva. Sarva is, what do you think? Everyone. Bhuteshu is living entities. Who said that? Living entities. Correct. right? Not the ghost, living entities. So already he's saying that I am equal to all living entities. We can repeat. Samoham sarva bhuteshu न मे द्वेष्यस्ति न प्रियः ये भजन्ति तु मां भक्त्या मयि तेषु चाप्यहम्. So next line is न मे द्वेष्योस्ति न प्रियः. Dvesh means envy and priya means dear. You're my priya sakhi. ऐसे बोलते हैं ना, priya जो भी है. So dear one. So Krishna is saying न मैं. It's not like someone is envy. I'm envious of someone or someone is very dear to me. It's not like that. ये भजन्ति तु मां भक्त्या. Whoever is but tu is किंतु परंतु. So tu is but. ऐसा होता है ना कि what sweet rice, क्या सब्जी बनाई थी, then what dal was made, but then you immediately realize some feedback is coming now, right? So Krishna is saying the same thing. Everyone is equal to me. There is no envy, no dearness to particular people. But then Krishna is saying but. So now there will be change of tone. Whoever is doing devotional service to me, for him is saying Mai te teshu chapyam. I live in his heart, and that devotee also lives in my heart. So you might feel that there is a little contradiction. At one level, he's saying everyone is equal to me, but then he's saying that devotees are dear to me, and I am dear to the devotees. So we'll understand what is this contradiction. Okay. So, okay. Who wants to read the translation? Oh, we'll start from here. Ramesh Prabhu, we'll start from you. 9th chapter, verse number 29. If you want, you can bring your chair and come here also nearby. That way you can see the page. Chapter 9, verse number 29.
I envy no one, nor am I partial to anyone. I am equal to all. But whoever renders service unto me in devotion at such time is in me, and I am also a friend.
Yeah. So what is Krishna saying that? We'll go again to the above one. Krishna says, Samoham sarvabhuteshu, that I am equal to everyone. And the example is given that of a teacher. When teacher is giving a class in a classroom, teacher will not say that I will give class to only certain people. Teacher will give class to everyone. Correct? So Krishna is saying the same thing. But will come in that classroom also, but we'll see when it comes. So Krishna is saying that same thing, that I am equal to everyone. I will give class to everyone. I will give the knowledge to everyone. Na me dveshyasti na priyaha. Na me dveshyasti means you can think of a, let's say, a broken arm. If your arm, one arm is broken, let's say, for some reason, and you have a plaster. So will you hate one arm because it is not acting, and one arm you will love a lot? Will be the case? No, you will be equal to both. Even if that arm is not helpful at all, or paralyzed, whatever, but you will still have the same love for both the arms. So Krishna is saying the same thing. Someone who is not taking my shelter, even I still have, I still give the knowledge to him. Correct? So samoham sarvabhuteshu. Samoham. Krishna says about this many places that I'm equal to all. There's a verse in 5th chapter, verse number 29. Bhoktaram yajnatapasam sarva loka maheshwaram. Sarva loka maheshwaram. Surudam sarva bhutanam. Right? We can go to that verse. 5:29. See, Bhoktaram yajna tapasam sarvalokamahesham Suradam means, Surat means not Surat and Gujarat Surat. Surat is friend, right? He's saying he's friend to everyone. Sarva Bhutana. Same thing that we read just now. Samoham Sarva Bhuteshu. Correct? Same thing Krishna is saying here. Suradam Sarva Bhutana. Yatvam Shankarichati. Then in 15th chapter also, verse number 7, Krishna says the same thing. Mamai Vamsho Jiva Loke, Jiva Bhuta Sanatana. Mamai Vamsho Jiva Loke. See, Mamai Vamsho. I live in everybody's heart. Mamai Vamsho Jiva Loke, Jiva Bhuta Sanatana. Mana Shashtani Indrani, Prakriti Sthani Kashat. Krishna is saying that I live in everybody's heart. Right? So Krishna is equal to all. That is what Krishna is. Again, at various places, Krishna is trying to make this point that Krishna is equal to all. Right? And similarly, Krishna's holy name is also equal to all. There is a we are going to discuss this pastime a lot today. It's a Jamil pastime. There, Srila Prabhupada, Krishna says, Shukadeva Goswami says, Hasyam va. Let's see. Hasyam va. All glories to Google. You can repeat after me this verse. Sanketyam parihasyam va. Stobham helanam eva va. You are able to see, no? You are able to see now? Okay, we'll repeat again. Sanketyam parihasyam va. Stobham helanam va. Vaikuntha nama grahanam. Asheshaga haram vidu. Nam is what? What is Nam? Name. Of whom? Vaikuntha. That is coming from Vaikuntha, the Lord himself. The name of the Lord. Vishnu, Krishna. Right? And Hasyam. You will see the word Hasyam. Hasyam is, if you're laughing, like people sometimes say, no, those Hare Krishnas, ha 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 ha. Just, but if a person is saying Hare Krishna also, the effect is there. The effect is there. Maybe Shruti, you can read the translation. Shukadeva Goswami, I am not saying alone. Many scriptures is saying this, and many learned scholars are also saying this. That even if you have done, the effect might come late, slowly, because not having full faith in the holy name, but the effect will be there. Effect will be there. There are similar words in this same chapter. We're talking about the glories of the holy name, how holy name is equal to all. It doesn't matter even if you have chanted with not with full attention, but the effect will be there. Yeah, this is the one. Agyanad athava gyanad uttama shloka namayat. You are able to see? Sankirtitam agam pumso dahet edo yatanala. Daha is like fire, right? And Sankirtitam. Sankirtitam is Sankirtan. Chanting of the holiness of the Lord. Correct? So you can see something related to that is there. Okay, who wants to read next? मोर इससे बड़ा तो बाहर निकला है. Come this side. See the desert. Sahara Desert is here. Move a little bit this side. So. Right? Fire. So fire doesn't distinguish. Will it say, if a, let's say, small child is putting the finger in the fire, will the fire think, okay, nahi, isko nahi chhod bata, bichara agyani hai, he doesn't know. Will the fire say that no? Still it will burn. And the old man who is full of knowledge, experience, if he puts his hand in the fire, then he will get burnt. There is no differentiation made. Right? Everyone will be burnt to ashes if you have put your finger in the fire. Similarly, chanting of the holy names is the same thing. That's the analogy that is given. That knowingly or unknowingly, if you have chanted the holy name of the Lord, the effect will be there. It's a small purport. Vaili, you want to do?
Fire will act regardless of whether handled by
Oh, yeah, it's mentioned here. Correct.
or by someone well aware of its power. For example, if a field of straw or dry grass is set afire, either by an elderly man who knows the power of fire or by a child who does not, the grass will be burned to ashes. Similarly, one may or may not know the power of chanting the Hare Krishna mantra, but if one chants the holy name, he will become free from all sinful reactions.
The effect is there. It's the example is given of a ghee. When you have a diarrhea, what you have been asked is because anything you eat will pass through. So it is said that you should have a lot of ghee. Why? Because even it will pass, something will stick and it will give us strength. Yesterday I was sharing this story to Jashwant. So when I came in Krishna consciousness, when I started meeting devotees and just to make my sister happy, I started chanting 16 rounds immediately. 16 rounds around takes 2 hours. And that time only I moved to USA. And my sister used to almost once weekly, she used to ask, how is the chanting going? Are you chanting still? And I was just chanting. I had never read Bhagavad Gita. I never had any much association with the devotees. So I used to read from 2 a.m. to 5 a.m. in the night. You know why? Because that time we used to have cricket match. India day match will be our night, right? 2 a.m. to 5 a.m. So watching cricket, I used to complete my rounds. कि उसी टाइम पे करेंगे जब मैच हो रहा हो. अगर ऑस्ट्रेलिया का मैच है तो शाम को. Depends. When is the match happening? My sister used to ask me, what time you do your mala? I said 2 a.m. to 5 a.m. 2 a.m. कहते मुझे मैं भी नहीं उठती हूँ. And she used to feel कि right? But what my realization has been after that is, even if you have not chanted, obviously it is broken names in one sense. Broken names in the sense that there is no attention. My full attention was on Virendra Sehwag or whoever was playing that time, correct? But still, holy name has its effect. That doesn't mean we should not take undue advantage of it. We will see that it will come in future verses. Today, Krishna is going to talk about not judge anyone. All these things will be coming into this session. So obviously, we should not take undue advantage of the holy name of the Lord, but the power of holy name is such it will still act. And that is why we should have full faith in the holy name of the Lord. And even if we are not having time, somehow something, we should try to complete our rounds, dedicated whatever pledge we have done. Hopefully, or we should try to chant 16 rounds of Hare Krishna Mahamantra. 16 rounds if possible. It takes 2 hours, but it's a stamina that we build over a period of time. We keep chanting, then later on it's not like, oh, 16 rounds is so much. See, we spend so much time in all the nonsense things, right? In an entire day, we sleep for 10 hours, we scroll for 2 hours, we talk on phone for some hours, right? But it's all waste of time. Nothing will go back. But the chanting of the holy name will remain. Neha Bikramanastusti Pattavayano Vidyate Swalpam Pes Dharmasya Trayate Mahatobhyad. Neha Bikramanastusti. Whatever little we have done in this life, that will remain. Once His Holiness Bhanu Swami Maharaj, there was a class going on and he said that for some reason, let's say, we have not been able to reach our supreme destinations, going back to Godhead, going back to Golok Vrindavan, going back to Vaikuntha. Let's say we are not able to complete in this lifetime. Maybe in 2-3 lifetimes we take. Still, it's a good deal because we have been suffering from millions and millions of lifetimes, right? So we should try to make this life very serious. That take up the Krishna consciousness. Otherwise, this life will also go away, and then next life, and then next life. Then we realize that cycle is going on. The same thing Krishna is saying here, that just as Krishna is equal to everyone, the holy name of the Lord is also equal to everyone. Ye bhajanti tumam bhaktya. But a person who is giving his life to me, or who is giving he's taking my shelter, to him, mai te teshu chapyaham. I stay in their heart, and that person stay in my heart. And the example is given is that of objects which is reflected through a light. Let's say sunlight is there. Will sunlight differentiate? Ki either light nahi dunga, udhar light dunga. No. Sunlight gives light to everyone. But the recipient depends on the recipient whether it's able to reflect the light or not. Right? If it's a mirror, then it will be able to reflect the light. But it's a wood which has very friction sort of wood. Then or black t-shirt. Right? Black t-shirt or black shirt where it will absorb the light. It will not reflect. So is the problem with the sunlight or is the problem with the object? So Krishna says the same thing. I am equal to everyone. Sunlight, just like sunlight, I also give knowledge to everyone. Or somehow I'm giving to everyone. But if the other person is not able to take, then how he's reciprocate, how he's acting towards me, I'll just reciprocate like that. So it depends on the object and not on the sunlight. You understood what is the contradiction? Similarly, let's say there's a person sitting in the dark room and there's a person sitting outside, and the person in this dark room is saying, What man? Sunlight is not coming to me. Partial. No, the problem is stand outside. There is full sunlight coming. Right? So same analogy Krishna is telling you. The reason why this important is because demons sometimes think, "Arey, why Krishna is doing this to me? Right? Why not?" Krishna is actually impartial to everyone. Okay, we will read the purport, which I'm thinking. Okay. Yeah, this one only purport. Who is reading next? Ruchi, Mataji, please go ahead. We'll not read the complete one, but some part.
Right, article discourse. Here we have special testimony in children. The Lord made that every living thing in whatever form is his son, and so he provides everyone with a generous supply of his seeds of life. He is just like a cloud which grows rain all over, regardless of whether it falls on the rock, land, or water.
Right? Rock, land, or water. Land will absorb. Rock might not absorb. Right? Water will help others also. So it depends on the recipient. So this point is very important because sometimes we get confused. He is at one level he's saying he's partial to everyone. It took me a lot of time to also understand because in seventh canto also again and again the discussion is there. That is Krishna partial or impartial. Krishna is actually equal to everyone. It depends on the recipient.
In specific effects. Some of the books are mentioned, they are always in Krishna consciousness, and therefore they are always considered to be in Krishna. The very phrase Krishna consciousness suggests that those who are in such consciousness are living in answer to this situation created in. The Lord says here distinct mind thing. They are in me. Naturally, as a result, the Lord is also in them. This is reciprocal. This also explains the word being with the mama.
Yeah, so same words I said. Ye yatha mam prapadyante tam sudaiva vajam. As you approach Krishna, that's how Krishna reciprocates. Yeah, thank you, Prabhu. This is important. See, why is this mentioned? Both are conscious. Because if many people say that, oh, the supreme is just light, right? There are a lot of organizations will talk about, oh, it's all about Brahma Jyoti, right? But then that Brahma Jyoti is not conscious, it is unconscious. So how the reciprocation will happen? No reciprocation. Correct? And that's why you're also not reciprocating. You feel that, I just want to merge with it. But here Krishna is saying that loving dealing happen when both are conscious. Both is a person. Krishna is a person. Krishna is a person. Okay, so we'll go to the next verse. Oh, one verse is there which talks about how Krishna resides in heart of other devotees. So one thing is Krishna resides in the heart of every living entity. Obviously, is Paramatma, correct? But the recipient, it depends on that whether he's able to recognize that thing or not. That's why Krishna is saying, I live in that, and that devotee also live in my heart. Okay. So 9:4. This is Amrish Maharaj's story. This one. So this pastime is very nice. Suddenly the volume, nice. So in this pastime, what happens is Amrish Maharaj, he was doing some fasting. And after that, what happens? Suddenly, Durvasa Muni comes. Durvasa Muni comes. So some reason, there's a long story. Durvasa Muni gets angry. And Durvasa Muni gets angry and you have a question? Go ahead. Let's go to that verse. This one you're saying that the transcendental service? Yeah. Render service. Yes. What? Any kind of service. If just offering gulab jamun that I discussed, even that is a service. Vaishika Prabhu says, I just started with the class. Seva will save ya. When we serve Krishna, it will save us from the onslaught of Maya. Why? Because whenever we serve, we are serving Krishna, we are remembering that there is a relationship. Krishna is a person and we are creating a sambandha. Why you are serving your wife, or why wife is serving the husband? Why is the wife not serving the neighbor's husband? Why? Because there is a sambandha, there is a relationship. Correct? Similarly, Krishna is saying, when you serve me, you are able to remember the relationship that we have. It's eternal, but you have forgotten. But that service, again and again, that service is reminding you of the sambandha. So what kind of service? Any book distribution, offering the food to Krishna, doing some charity, doing some austerities for Krishna. There is Ekadashi Vrat happening. That time we can do some vrata, some austerity for Krishna. Why? Because entire day we can chant some more rounds. You know, time to khate hi rehte, 3 times, 4 times. But at least that day we can have some little bit lesser, and we can remember Krishna. We can chant the holiness of the Lord. We can take the association of devotees. Just by taking the association of devotees, that is also actually service. That is also service. Because Krishna becomes happy. Right? Imagine a father is there, and the dearmost, and there is one son. Basically both children are playing together. Krishna becomes so happy. And father becomes so happy. Similarly, when we take association of devotees, who is very, very dear to Krishna, so that is also service. Right? Going to Dham of Krishna. It said that there is no difference. Right now I'm reading the book Navavraj Mahima. There Shivara Maharaj says that there is no difference between the Lord and his Dham. There is no difference between the Lord and his Dham. And he in fact says that wherever the devotee is traveling, a pure devotee, that itself is a Dham. He's a walking Dham. He's a walking Dham. So we can go to temples. When a pure devotee develops a temple, that also is a Dham. So ISKCON Silicon Valley is a Dham. Why? Because Radha Madan Mohan is residing there. Every Sunday we can come, as I always say, every Thursday. Every Sunday we should come to the temple. Once a week we should try to attend the temple. The best, it's like if you can't go to the Vrindavan, Mayapur, Jagannath Puri, at least we should come to the satellite centers of those Mayapur, Jagannath Puri and Vrindavan by coming to the temple. Going to temple means coming to Vrindavan, because we will be associating with so many Vaishnavas, and we don't know who is a Vaishnava. We don't know who is a Vaishnava. Imagine just 5 minutes of interaction with the Vaishnava, and our life will become बोले इससे बात कर लिया तो life jingle अलग, some similar, some phrases there add. So our life can actually get transformed. We don't know. Right? So yeah, so service, seva. Did that answer your question? So we'll go to this. So Durvasa Muni got a little angry and he created a demon. And demon started going behind Amrish Maharaj because Amrish Maharaj had done some mistake according to Durvasa Muni. But then Lord Vishnu saw that. Lord Vishnu, Amrish Maharaj is a great devotee of the Lord. And Lord Vishnu couldn't tolerate this. So Lord Vishnu threw his Sankarshan, Sudarshan Chakra, towards that Durvasa Muni. And then Durvasa Muni got scared. He started running left, right, center. Everywhere started running. And then he took shelter of Lord Vishnu also. And Lord Vishnu said, I also cannot do. Durvasa Muni said, "Ye weapon to aapka hai na?" I mean, when you took out, you're not like Ashwathama. कि फेंक दिया but वापस आना नहीं आता. I don't know how to bring it back. You must know how to bring it back. You're the Lord of. Then he says this verse. He says that, you can repeat after me. Sadhavo hridayam mayyam sadhunam hridayam tvaham madanyate na jananti naham tebhyo managapi. A pure devotee is always within the core of my heart. Imagine, in Krishna's heart, you are there. So nice, no? Krishna is saying that. That was Krishna saying to Durvasa Muni. And in my heart, Amrish Maharaj is there and you have hurt him. Now he can only forgive you. I also cannot do anything. And I am always in the heart of my pure devotee. Right? And you can proof is that Hanumanji, right? Salman will tear his t-shirt, but what? No problem. Nothing will happen. Hanumanji's, we still repeat again and again that pastime. No? Pure devotee. And I am always in the heart of my pure devotee. My devotee do not know anything else but me. And I do not know anyone else but my devotee. Right? So then Durvasa Muni takes shelter of Amrish Maharaj. Amrish Maharaj says, you are a great saint. Please don't take. So we'll go to the next verse. And that's why we should understand Krishna is all merciful. When things when things happen in our life, we should not say, "Arey, mere saath, why it happened?" Krishna is all merciful. Kunti Maharani had to go through so many things. We will see that Krishna, particularly in one verse, Krishna will address Arjuna as Kaunteya. There's a reason why he's saying Kunti Maharani went through so much, Pandavas went through so much. But the determination to be attached to Krishna was never wavered. Can you imagine? I know one person, he lost some very dear person at a very, very young age. One of her son or daughter at a very young age. And he was so much shocked that he completely left Krishna conscious. Practiced for a long time. But the simple thing that we don't realize, Krishna is all merciful. There was some reason that Krishna has put us in this situation. Once we understand that, Kunti Maharani says that because whenever problems come, I was able to remember you. So we don't have that kind of consciousness. At least we can understand that what are the consciousness of great Vaishnavas. So then, Samam Sarvabhuteshu, then Krishna is saying that what about people who might do some mistake? They are devotees, but they are doing some mistakes. Right? Krishna is saying that. See, such important question Arjuna is asking. They are devotees of yours, but they are doing some mistakes. So kya? Then what? Will you be equal to them? How will you consider them then? And Krishna is saying. This is a very, very important verse. This verse will actually help us to not judge anyone. Because we actually don't know what that other person is. We don't know. The only person that we can judge in our life is ourselves. Api chet. Chet means if. Api chet suduracharo. Bhajate mam ananya bhag. Sadhureva samantavya. Samyak vyavasato hi saha. So he's saying durachar. Durachar means, achar means pickle. No. Achar means character. Right? So durachar means bad character. Sudurachar means very bad character. So Krishna is going to the worst thing. Ekdam gadbad kar raha hai banda. But bhajate man anubhav. He's thinking of no one but me. He's thinking of no one but me. This is a very, I would say, corner case. Very corner case, which is not tested easily. So corner case, when someone is completely dedicated to Krishna, but seems still doing some mistakes. This is honest mistake and not hypocritical mischief. We'll discuss. Honest mistake versus hypocritical mischief. Or incidental, versus intentional. What does intentional means? Jaan booch ke. Hypocritical mischief means purposely. Right? Honest mistake means the devotee knows that this is my weakness. I'm not able to overcome. Could be anything. Could be maybe watching cricket or maybe watching TV so much. Not able to overcome that thing. Right? Obviously, it's not a durachar. I mean, I gave a very simple example, but we can go for depends. But at the heart of the heart, he knows that Krishna, you are Supreme Personality of God. I know that you are supreme and I should give up all these bad habits. But somehow my heart I'm not able to overcome because of the weakness of heart. So someone might say, hey, this guy is not good. Krishna, but in the eyes of Krishna, Krishna is saying that he's a sadhu. He's a sadhu. Sadhu eva samantavya. And why? Why is a sadhu? Because samyak vyavasito. He is completely determined. Vyavasita means determined. He's completely determined that kuch bhi, I mean, I am screwed up. I know I am screwed up, Krishna. But I know that you are Supreme Personality of Godhead. And I'm not trying to worship him also, her also, everyone. I'm worshipping only you. My heart is only in you. But somehow, for some reason, I'm not able to overcome my bad habits. So we'll read the translation. Who was reading next? Yes, you go. Verse number 30.
The word in the mind.
Up to you. Verse number 30. Yeah, you might have to read in the mind. It depends on the volume.
The words.
No. Translation. determination. The example that one devotee gives is, let's say one person says that let's say he has 1 crore, and he says that whoever comes to me, I will give him 1 lakh rupees. Right? But then how will he be tested? If the person he is most hating, if that person comes and he's still able to give 1 lakh, then you will say, "Ha, ye sach bol raha." So Krishna is giving extreme example that a person who is committing durachar but is ananya bhak, is completely focused on me and he has no other wavering, then he's a sadhu. In my eyes, he's a sadhu. So if Krishna says he's a sadhu, then who are we to judge someone? Who are we to judge someone? Okay. So yeah. I want to, yeah, this purport. Who will read? Go ahead. You can read the meaning, Mataji, that only this much, then we'll end. Oh, actually, this entire purport is important. You read the meaning and then the purport, the last paragraph. This is important. So it is given an analogy of how we should understand this. Correct. So moonlight, it's not like that spots on the moon is not allowing the moonlight to come, right? Similarly, the consciousness is so elevated. It's not like he has not the he doesn't have the power to 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 give Krishna consciousness to others only because there are some spots or something. Correct. That's what it is mentioned. Go ahead. Yeah. So one thing you have to understand, this that's talking about is not about a perfect devotee. Because a pure devotee of the Lord, perfect devotee of the Lord will never make mistakes. This is talking about practicing devotee. And also not a person, or also it's not talking about uh, perpetrator, or you can think of person who is a hypocrite, not even that people. He's talking primarily about a sadhaka or a practicing devotee. And this is important. This paragraph is important because we might take undue advantage, right, of this verse. So maybe Anand can read everything. It's about practicing devotee and not about hypocrite devotees who are taking undue advantage of it.
The other hand, one should not misunderstand that a devotee in transcendental devotional service can act in all kinds of forms. This verse only refers to an accident due to the strong power of material things. Devotional service is more or less a declaration of war against the illusory image. As long as one is not strong enough to fight the illusory entity, there may be accidental conduct. But when one is strong enough, he is no longer subjected to such conduct as the mistakes. No one should take advantage of this verse and commit nonsense and think that he is still a devotee. if he does not improve in his character by devotional service, then it is to be understood that he is not a kind.
Yeah, right. So now the question comes, what are the situations when someone is having that enjoying mentality, but still being able to, there are examples in the history or in Srimad Bhagavatam where someone might be enjoying and all, but still being able to completely dedicate his life, and because of that, his heart has changed. And you can remember it as 3S. First is samasya, when he has come into some trouble situation. Samasya. Samasya is a Hindi word. It means when he's in some trouble situation. Example is Gajendra. When Gajendra was in trouble, then he took shelter of Krishna. And he had complete faith in Krishna. And just by having that complete faith in Krishna, he achieved perfection. And how was he enjoying? He was enjoying with having sense gratification with other she elephants. That's what is mentioned in Srimad Bhagavatam. Basically, Indra Tripti. He was enjoying and all, but when he came into trouble because of the crocodile, and he was trying to fight, but he was not able to succeed. Then he remembered Krishna, completely took shelter of Krishna. So samasya, he came into trouble, but took shelter of Krishna. Second is Sant. Sant means coming across a saintly person. That is the example of Valmiki. Valmiki was killing people left, right, center. But then because Narad Muni's mercy, he came across a saintly person. And because of that, his heart transformed. And third is Swadhyay or Samvad. Swadhyay. Swadhyay means reading about such people or hearing about such people. Example is that of Ajamil. Ajamil, he just heard the conversation. Nobody told him. Sudharja bhai. Nobody told him. He just heard the conversation between Yamudutas and Vishnudutas. And his heart transformed. I have been completely doing nonsense in my entire life. Obviously, he uttered the name Narayan. But he achieved perfection just by hearing that conversation. His heart transformed. But he did not take undue advantage of that Narayan word. Oh, by just doing Narayan, I'll do okay, let me start again nonsense. When I'm about to die, I'll again chant Narayan. Then it is hypocritical person. Correct? Hypocritical. Then it is hypocrite mischief and not an honest mistake. Not an honest mistake, but hypocritical mischief. Okay. So I'm going.
But a lot of times you can't really judge as an outsider that a person is doing something that is hypocritical, or then we don't know if the devotional love is pure, or they might, like, there are many people who portray themselves to be very devotional or very, and then later on we hear in the news many times that they take an undue advantage of people. So at that time, like, we might not know how pure is that love. So is there a way, like, we can also judge? Like,
yeah, so that's why if you see in ISKCON, I don't want to speak about other organizations, but in ISKCON, the rule of is, if you want to take a shelter from a spiritual master, 1 year you should observe that spiritual master. You should ask him questions, or you should hear his classes, so that you develop, you understand that, okay, whether he has, and also what you can do is you can see Srila Prabhupada once, disciple asked Srila Prabhupada, how to understand that whether he's a pure devotee or not. Srila Prabhupada said, see, because they were drunkards and they were like sort of hippies. So Srila Prabhupada wanted to give an answer by which they can understand. So Srila Prabhupada said, see if he's addicted to Krishna. If you're really addicted to Krishna. And that you can see just when you hear them speaking, or through their achar, whether they are able to walk their talk on. And then you pray to Krishna. You pray to Krishna. If you see Bilwamangala Thakur, he achieved perfection because he has the sincerity. Although his Shiksha Guru was actually a prostitute. But because he was sincere, he got perfection of life. The entire story of Bilwamangala Thakur will not get there. But if you are sincere, then Krishna will give. But if you want to cheat, basically you want some simple here where that, okay, just do some one mala, just chant this one verse in the entire day and do nonsense full day. No problem, even if you're eating non-veg. I have seen some people. In name of spirituality, they eat anything and everything. and they're saying, I'm a spiritual person. Then Srila Prabhupada says, if you want to get cheated, you will have a lot of people to cheat you. But if you're sincere, then Krishna will send sincere people. So it's all up to us. And obviously, sometimes because of some karma or something, we might come across certain things. Then we learn from our mistake and then we try to again. But we can at least we can be dead sure that if we take shelter of Srila Prabhupada and his books, then our life can be perfected. We don't have to worry about, oh, that person or this person. Just if we take shelter of Srila Prabhupada, our life can be perfected. He literally was addicted to Krishna. He should sleep only 48 hours or 48 minutes or 1 hour. That's it in an entire day. And even on his deathbed, see, if someone is a pretender, correct? Pretender. Yeah, third P was pretender. Pretender or practitioner or pure devotee. So not talking about pretender and pure devotee. Talking about a practitioner. So if he's a pretender and about to leave, तो क्या करेगा? सामने वाला last में तो बोलेगा ही ना, right? Like that, I always tell the story, right? So all the sons are in the hospital, and then the father says, "दुकान पे कौन है?" Because that time also he's thinking, who is at the shop? Because he's completely focused. So at the time of death, that real nature will come out. And Srila Prabhupada, at the time of when he was leaving this body, that time also he was actually translating and writing commentaries on Srimad Bhagavatam. You can see that video. It's a very famous video. And then you can understand that he's a sadhu. He was a journalist. He was a little confused because so much, suddenly Srila Prabhupada, became such a famous personality in the entire world. He said, kuch to gadbad hai is bande. And this journalist started following him everywhere, And then later on, after some months of following him, he said, this person is actually a saintly person. What he is outside, he is same inside. And we should pray to Krishna. Praying to Krishna is the best thing that we can do. That is the only thing that we have in our life, is praying to Krishna. The problem we don't pray to Krishna is because we think that I can do it. Draupadi prayed to Krishna. Kunti Maharani prayed to Krishna. Gajendra prayed to Krishna. You see, one after another, you will see this is very consistent. Srimad Bhagavatam is actually full of prayers. After in 10th canto only, in one canto, there are 8 to 9 prayers. Venu Geet, Gopi Geet, Bhavar Geet, there are Geet. There are continuously prayers to Krishna. That's what devotee does. And if you don't know how to pray, then we should read the prayers by the devotees who are advanced Vaishnavas. Right now we are memorizing the prayers by Maharani Kunti. Such amazing prayers she is saying. So when we pray to Krishna, then Krishna blesses us. If not, then Radharani will say ki kuch kar le. He's so nice. So nice person. Because she is a mother, and mother has obviously soft corner. Kitne bhi nalaik ho. Mother is like, he's our son. Right? So that is like this, Srimati Radharani is. So that's right. Okay. So I'm supposed to complete the entire chapter. Let's see. So now the question is, so if this person is making mistakes, so what happens to that person? He's continuously making mistakes. He's not able to recover from his mistakes, but he's Ananya Bhava of Krishna. So what happens to such person? Then Krishna says, Kshipram bhavati dharmatma. Kshipram means not the neighbor Shipra. Kshipram means immediately. And that immediate can depend from person's faith in Krishna. Kshipram bhavati dharmatma. Shashvat shantim nigacchati. Kaunteya pradijanihi. Na me bhakta pranashyati. I'll go very fast. Kshipram means immediately he attains Krishna. And that immediate depends on the person's faith in Krishna. Narayan, when Ajamil, immediately he got favor of Krishna just by chanting the holy names of the Lord. Mriyamano Hare Nama Grinan Putra Pacharitam. He was chanting the name of his son, not even Krishna directly. He was chanting the name of Putra Pacharitam. Ajamilopya Agadhama. He still got the highest destination. Kimuta Shraddhaya Grinan. Where is a doubt that this holy name will not work? Mriyamano, at the time of death, Mriyamano Hare Nama. He chanted the name of Lord Krishna. Mriyamano Hare Nama Grinan Putra Pacharitam. Grinan means chanting. Ajamilopya Agadhama. He got the highest perfection. So immediately, Shashvat Shantim. he get the eternal peace, not the peace. There is a story of a person who was handing a big log on his head. And suddenly he was feeling so much pain that he took the log and then he put it on the shoulder and he's saying, finally, now feeling peaceful. Is he feeling peaceful? No. Now after some time his shoulder. Similarly, our situation. We do this and we think, एक बार job लग जाए. Then एक बार शादी हो जाए. फिर एक बार बच्चे हो जाए. फिर तो हो गया. Life just goes on. We think that we will become peaceful. We will become peaceful. Once but retirement आ जाए, फिर कुछ नया problem. Then body will not support. But he's saying that Shashwat Shanti, he will get eternal peace. Eternal peace. And then Krishna is saying to Arjuna, you declare boldly. Kaunteya. See, I told you, one verse will come where he will tell him Kaunteya. Kaunteya means because Kunti Nandan, Kunti Maharani and his sons were actually the epitome of faith in Krishna. So he's saying, because you are such a personality, people have, they know that you have so much faith in Krishna, so you declare it boldly. If I declare, तो मैं थोड़ा सा, people will not have faith. Because Krishna थोड़े टेढ़े हैं, चलते भी टेढ़े हैं, खड़े भी टेढ़े रहते हैं. So you can't have full faith in Krishna. But when devotee is saying that, like I said, no, Srimati Radhani, when she is saying that Krishna, please deliver him. So Krishna is saying to Arjuna that you declare it boldly, that my devotee will never perish. That nothing will happen to my devotee. Because Krishna is saying to Arjuna, because Arjuna is a pure devotee of the Lord. In Bhishma's pastime, we see, right? Krishna had said that I will not pick up the weapon, Astra Shastra. I will not pick up. But suddenly Bhishma, when he heard this from Krishna, he said, nahi, aapse to utha ke raho. I will make sure that you pick up the weapon. Now Krishna had made a vow, but Krishna broke that vow for his fulfillment of the devotee's vow. That is Krishna. Krishna gets bounded by the love of his devotee. By the love of his devotee. Name bhakta pranashati, and my devotee never perish. My devotee will never perish. Declare it boldly. Krishna to Arjuna. And that kind of person also will attain perfect destination if he is continuing his practice. Continuing his practice. Let me see the purport. Okay, we'll skip the purport. So now we'll go to the next 32nd, 34th, third verse talks again about how Krishna is equal to everyone. And doesn't matter about the externals, whether you're Pashu, you're Stri, or you are a bird, or you're male, female, any kind of personality you are. Krishna doesn't see the externals. Krishna sees the internal, what faith you have. So Krishna reciprocates not based on externals, but based on the internals. What kind of faith you have, not based on what kind of body you possess. 32nd, 33rd verse talks about all that. So directly go to the 34th verse and we'll end there. This is again one of the most important words of the chapter. So try to remember it. Oh, I thought Manjiri gave him some signal. Okay. You can repeat this verse. This is one verse which is repeated twice in Bhagavad Gita. This is 9.34 and then in the 18th chapter. Okay. So very important, right? दो बार बोल रहे भाई, same चीज. So कुछ तो बात होगी. मनमना भव मद्भक्तो मद्याजी माम नमस्कुरु मामे वश्यस्य युक्तैवम् आत्मानं मत्परायणः. Okay, translation. Who is going to read?
Engage your mind always in thinking of me, becoming my devotee. Offer obeisances to me and worship me. Being completely absorbed in me, and surely you suffer.
Right? Completely absorbed in me. Surely. How to know whether someone is absorbed in Krishna or not? Right? How to know when someone is absorbed in Krishna? One might think I'm thinking of Krishna all the time. I'm thinking of Krishna all the time. I'm doing this. But how will one know that whether I'm really absorbed or not? Acharya explained when situations come in our life. Situation, I said S is also samasya or situation. When situations come in our life, how are we reacting? How are we reacting? We see the story of Kunti Maharani. We see the story of Pandavas, right? And we also the story of a person who had not complete faith. And when things happened, he left, right? There's a neem wood and sandalwood. Both looks the same. But when we rub both of them, then we come to know which is neem and which is sandalwood. Both wood, it looks like a wood only, but when we actually rub it against some stone, then the flavor, just by the aroma, we can say which is sandalwood and which is neem. Similarly, when we rub against the Maya, against the material world, then we understand, then we can say that we are really absorbed or it's a pretender. It's a pretender. So we can pray to Krishna. We have 6 minutes. Good, I was able to complete. Whenever I see Acyuta Balram Prabhu, I was remembering of chanting my one round of Hare Krishna Mantra. So we should pray to Krishna. We should pray. The only shelter we have in this world is the holy names of the Lord. Hare Krishna Mantra. Please take up this chanting of the Hare Krishna. Many of you have been coming for more than a year now. So Janmashtami is coming. Please take up this vow now. That now I will chant 16 rounds of Hare Krishna Mantra. If not 16, at least 8 rounds. At least 8 rounds of Mahamantra. And who are doing 16, don't come to 8. We should chant 8 rounds at least. 1 hour it takes. But that is our only goal. And we might think, Yare, I don't know, so I have faith, bore hota hai. Kya wahi same word. Kuch naya word aana chahiye har baar. But just by chanting the holy name, our heart will be purified and taking the association of devotees. So, yeah. We can have question answers after the chanting of 1 round, 6 round, one round, and that time we can. One someone can give me also, and as I said, before chanting the holy names of chanting 1 round of Mahamantra, we should chant this Panchatattva. Someday I will speak on this also. Oh, thank you so much. So we'll chant this together, and then we will chant 1 round of Mahamantra. We can all chant with our own speed, but what we should do is we should just pray to Krishna that please help me. This material world is very precarious. My situation is very precarious. Please help me, and please engage me in your service, in your devotional service. Please engage me in your service. We should pray for that. And the only thing that we can do is 2 things: jaw, paw. From jaw, we have to chant the holy names, and the paw, we have to go to the next beat, and we should hear whatever we are chanting. Whatever we are chanting, we have to hear. Just by hearing Shravanam, our heart will be transformed. Slowly, slowly.